Hi, I'm Shelby. So this is my first makeup tutorial. I wanted to go ahead and make a tutorial of my everyday go-to makeup. My filming setup isn't quite the way I want it yet. Like throughout the video, my lighting kind of changes colors, so I'm sorry for that. My backdrop is wrinkly, so that's real professional, so I apologize for that as well. And then my mirror is kind of taking up this part of the shot later on in the video, so I haven't figured out the best way to set everything up yet, but hopefully in future videos I'll be able to get a better setup of my filming stuff and the content will be better. But yeah, I wanted to go ahead and make this video about my everyday makeup look because a lot of people ask me questions about like my favorite mascara, my favorite concealer, eyebrow products. So I figured the best way to talk about it was to just go through my everyday makeup routine, go through everything, all my steps, just so your questions get answered. So I really appreciate you watching and I hope you enjoy. And side note, I have really bad self-tan hands right now. So whenever my hands are like up by my face doing makeup, it's a little distracting. So I apologize for that, but I hope you enjoy it and thanks. Bye. Normally I just kind of like push my hair out of my face to start. I kind of use a mix of drugstore and high-end makeup. It kind of just depends. So I'm currently self-tanned. My face is a little dark, so I'm not sure if this foundation is quite gonna match. I normally use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation in classic beige, which hopefully is dark enough. It's a cheap foundation. I don't know, throughout the day it kind of gets oily, but you know, most foundations get oily on me, so I have to blot anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. So I normally just start by dotting it on my face. And by the way, my mirror is this white thing over here, sorry. But yeah, so I just go around and I put a little bit everywhere. And I put some down my neck just so it matches a little better with my face and it all looks more seamless. And I start blending it. Okay, good enough. So now I use Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in light neutral and I just highlight my face with it. So under the eyes, on the nose, on the chin, and forehead. This is a little light right now probably, but it'll be fine. Okay, and immediately after that, before it starts creasing, I like to use the Coty Airspun loose face powder. I just put a little in the lid and then I'll go ahead and set all those areas of my face. Just make sure to pat that powder in. I especially do it in the places where I get oily first, so like my T-zone. I really press it in, set that foundation, and then I kind of taper it off to the outside sections of my face. Sometimes I let it set for a little bit to kind of bake, but most times I just dust it off pretty quickly after. And then after that, I will bronze to bring back some of the color to my face. I use the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the shade Bronzer. And then I just put this on my cheekbones, the sides of my temples, just kind of everywhere to warm my face up a little bit. And then I bring it down on my jawline a little bit too. And if you've never used this before, it smells fantastic. It smells like coconut and kind of like suntan lotion, and it's just the perfect summer smell. We'll take a little bit of it and I'll bring it down my neck just so it makes everything match more seamlessly, and it also sets the foundation that I put on my neck earlier. Okay, and then after that I go in with a smaller fluffy brush, and then I contour my nose a little bit with the bronzer. And then I'll take a little bit of it and I bring it on my crease just to kind of give some color in my eyes. I don't really do eyeshadow on a typical day-to-day basis, so this just kind of gives a little something to my eyelids without it being anything crazy or time-consuming. Because I like to sleep in as long as I can in the morning. So I try to at least give myself like 15 minutes to do my makeup. So eyeshadow, just it doesn't make that cut. Okay, and then I normally just run the same brush I use to dust off the face powder lightly over across the edges of the bronzer just to blend it out a little more. And then I move on to blush. I use Tarte's blush in Feisty. I'm almost out, but it's a really pretty like peachy pink color. Coral-ish, I don't know what you call it, but it's really pretty. And I just put that on my cheeks, just to add even a little more color, make me look alive. Okay, and then the face is done. So now it's time to fill in eyebrows. I like to use the Ultra Precise Brow Pencil by e.l.f. It's a really fine tip pencil. It's a nice color and it's cheap, so it's great. So I start by brushing out my eyebrows just to get any of the powder out of them. My eyebrows are very uneven, so it takes a lot of work to kind of like try to balance them out and fill them in. And you know, they're sisters, they're not twins. And you know, sometimes they're adopted sisters and not twins. So I try not to really concern myself too much with making them even. But you know, I try. I do what I can. Okay, they're close enough. Another thing that I like to do, if the inner corners or like the fronts of my eyebrows ever get a little too dark or too harsh, I go back in to this Coty setting powder. I pick up a little bit on my sponge and then I just kind of pat it on the front like that, just so they kind of it tones down the color a little bit. And then I'll dust away the excess. And then I go back in with the spoolie and I just kind of brush it out a little bit so it doesn't look as like white casty. Yeah, so that tones it down a little bit and it makes it a little less harsh if you go a little heavy-handed on your eyebrow filling in. Okay, so for mascara, I like to use Maybelline Lash Sensational in extra black, very black, whatever it's called. I've used this forever. It's my favorite mascara. Everybody asks me what mascara I'm using, and it's always this one. It does a good job at not only like darkening your lashes, but it keeps them curled and it gives them length and volume. It kind of just does it all, and it's really affordable, so can't complain. I will say though, sometimes it does get a little messy, especially around like the edge of the bottle, and it picks up on the brush, and then it does little flakes like this right here. But if you let your like the drops of mascara just dry on your face, like don't touch them right away or it'll just smear everywhere. But if you let them dry, then you can come back with a spoolie from your eyebrow pencil and just spool it right away, and it doesn't smear, comes right off, leaves no marks. So just let it sit there, let it dry. Okay, and let me real quickly show you. So you take the spoolie again and you just lightly dust it away, and there's no smears or anything. And then also if you get it like on your eyelid, you can do the same thing and it just brushes right away. After one coat, I normally go back for a second coat, at least for my upper lashes, but that's personal preference. I will say this mascara doesn't get super clumpy or spidery, as long as you do it before your lashes like completely dry. If you let them completely dry in between coats, they can get a little clumpy. Like this is getting a little dry, so it's a little clumpy, but it's not bad. I just kind of go back and forth with the brush a lot on my lashes to get them combed out, so they're nice and separated and not crazy. Even though these are looking a little crazy because it's taking longer to do my makeup because I'm recording and talking about it. Okay, and there we go. So the last step is lips. Again, I keep it very simple. I use Burt's Bees Vanilla Bean lip balm because it smells amazing and it feels amazing. So I get a coat of that. And then just to add some color to my lips, I use NYX Butter Lip Balm. Is there a color? And Lady Fingers. And this is just like a tinted lip balm. So I just go over top of that. And it gives a nice little pink sheen situation to it. I don't know. But yeah, then that's my finished look. Sometimes I will do a setting spray. I'll use rose water. I use the Mario Badescu rose water normally, or MAC Fix Plus. It kind of just depends on the day and the weather and how my skin's doing. But yeah, it's a nice, simple, natural look. I wear it for work, errands, anything. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what else you'd like to see. Thanks. Bye.